Testing, testing. All right, we are in this thing. All right, so first, let's go ahead and look at our scanners out here on the scan. So Friday, I ended up trading BATL, made $100 off of it, and I traded it. I got in at $5 and sold it like $5.50. And today we wake up and it is at $11. So a $6 jump from, or a little bit less than a $6 jump from where I was at on Friday. But it is what it is. It was connected to energy and oil and all of that. But it's up 37% right now. The biggest mover that we see on the morning is TMDE with 243% with 50 million shares traded. So we're going to see where these go. Now, we do have quite a bit over 10%. We got HKD, which we know is an Asian stock. We got REI and all of these, but we're going to focus in on the ones that are receiving the most volume during pre-market and see why they're actually moving. Now, BATL and USEG, I understand those two are energy and oil. But let's look at these other ones, TPET and TMDE. So let's first pull up TPET. That's a cheaper one. And I don't really see any news. Let me go and pop over to it and see what kind of company it is. Is it connected to oil? Oh yeah, Trio Petroleum. So it's oil as well. Trio Petroleum. But it's 82, 81 cents. It's really cheap. The ATR is 6 cents, so that's not gonna meet my criteria. Go ahead and jump over to the next one, TMDE. TMDE. This is TMD Energy Limited, another energy stock. ATR close of yesterday was 13 cents, and I'm guessing it'll grow a little bit if it can hold up these levels where it is right now. Let's see what kind of float. So it has a 3.56 million share float on TMDE. So definitely in that low float range. The only thing that is missing is the ATR. The ATR isn't wide enough for me, but I'm sure it'll have some opportunities on it. It's up 242%. Let's go to USEG. That's another energy stock. I mean, everything that's leading today is energy. So if you're trading anything else other than energy, you're probably gonna have a hard time today. USEG. You might have a hard time with energy because energy is we see energy pop up every so often during some cycles, and it's always really shaky because usually it's on sector sentiment and rather than actual company news. Like these companies don't put out any news, and if they do, it's like, it's like so news. It's not something that you're like, oh, that company is doing this great thing. It's more like this sector has this big event going on, and maybe you catch some opportunity, maybe you don't. But most of the time, it gets pretty shaky. All right, so looking at USEG as shares outstanding of 37.86 million, float of 14.75. Institutions and insiders, insiders holding 60%, institutions holding 20%. Let's go look at who's holding this on USEG. So we got Vanguard holding a little bit. They're only holding 615,000 shares. That's not even close to a big position for them. Everybody else is under them, so not huge shares out here on this one. And it is a cheaper one. It's $1.52. But they got a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's gonna. They'll probably be selling their shares, if anything, with it being so cheap. Selling that 615,000 shares they have into the open market. All right, let's look at BATL is one that I traded Friday. So I caught this move. Let's see if I can zoom back a little bit, go to the 15. So I saw this thing moving up on Friday, right here. Did a big dip down to like $4 and something, came back up here around this 487, and I was looking for it to hold the 5 here. So I got in this little dip, and I took a break during the day and came back, and it was like up here at like 540 something when I was selling. So I sold somewhere up here on this downtrend that I saw. And then I woke up this morning and bam, we're all the way gapping up. And that was something that really couldn't have been seen, that the whole sector was going to gap up like that. We had more news come out over the weekend. We also had a couple of in U.S. events as well as out of U.S. events. Iran continued to get bombed, and you know Iran has so much oil and so much of the that natural resource, that bombing and all of that is going to cause oil prices to definitely go up. The other thing is, in the U.S., we've had a lot of propaganda going up about Iranians and the Muslims, and we had a mass shooting in Texas as well. So it's a lot going on with this whole event. A lot of emotions that are going on with this event. And so I would definitely keep my eyes open, whether you're in the markets or in real life, for sure. But yeah, it's a I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but I can't find it. So it's a I don't know, predicament. Yeah, that's it. It's a predicament. We'll see what comes afterwards. And that's it. So let's see, BATL. I don't know if I'm going to even trade this again, because I caught the first move down here when it first got started, and now I mean it's up 102%. I'm not sure how much further it can go, and we got to remember that it is Monday morning. So Monday sometimes gets a little icy anyway, so I would be careful anyway and keep my head on a swivel. Let me see. Good morning, Donnell. Let's see. Wait 1 minute. TMDE just really trading flat, and nothing else really competing with these energy stocks today. INDO, that one circles around every time energy goes up. The Indonesian oil company, they got a couple of oil wells and things like that. And I'm sure maybe not today, but we will see a continuation upward, especially if events continue to unfold where people continue to fear and oil prices go up. We may see some continuation on these upward moves. But today, for Monday, I'm definitely going to be playing defense rather than offense. Go ahead and try to get a cushion built up on the month. And if it doesn't come from something today, I'll definitely probably find something later on this week. But I want to be trading within my criteria, looking for things with ATRs of 75 cents and up. Looking for looking into the small caps, looking for relatively low floats. Looking for things that are cracking over 10%, that have that uptrend potential to continue up. And we're gonna get to it. Good morning, Hebrew. We're going over all of the weekend events, and the Iranian bombings that are kind of ramping up, the mass shootings that happened in, or not shootings, but the one that we heard about was in Texas. And just kind of gotta be aware. Be aware. Best thing to be. DL, what is this? Is this another energy stock? DLXY. Let me see. DLXY Holdings. This is, yep, DLXY, another little cheap one out of Singapore. Delixi Holdings Limited, an investment holding company, engages in wholesale trading of crude oil and oil-based products. So yeah, if you're trading anything outside of oil and energy, you're in trouble for the day. You might as well just go ahead and give me your money. No, I'm kidding. Um, yeah, but today is definitely oil and energy, and it's also, what is this popping up? And ENAI is down. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, definitely be careful. Just been scrapping this market in and out 10, 20 cents. Nice. What is the thing that you're getting into? Are you getting into what's a couple of them? So this is what my scanner is showing me: TPET, TMDE, USEG, BATL, RBNE, and INDO are the leaders on today, and all of them are pretty much connected in some way with oil and energy. I don't know about RBNE, but everything else. Maybe RBNE is oil or something. Let me check. RBNE, shipping. Yeah, it is oil. Okay, everything that's on the top of the scan is oil. TPET continuing to ramp up towards, hasn't touched $1 yet, but continues to try. 83 million shares traded on it, followed by TMDE. You traded BATL, nice, 30 cents. I got 47 cents on Friday. Nice. Um you put 1,000 shares. Yeah, I got you. I got you. You meant shares. Yeah, I got 47 cents off that thing on Friday. So it is what it is. 93 cents. Yeah, BATL meeting that ATR criteria, 75 cents. So it can definitely easily move 10 cents. You know what I mean? Because it's such a big ATR. So getting 10 cents off of it should be pretty easy out of those dips. Okay. 96 was the high. And I'm pretty sure with all of this excitement in the market, with 85 million shares, it's probably going to end up touching $1 today, being up 116%. Now, it has been a while since we've had multiple 100% movers or things over 100%, and today we have 3. So, I think that this is just a sign that, hey, people are getting emotionally involved in the market, and there may be opportunity coming for sure. Even more opportunity, that is. TPET up 122, 86 million shares traded. All right, up 96%. Looks like it wants to break the new highs on TPET. Just bumbling right below that $1 level, up 97, 98. But it is the leading one in volume, but not so much in the range. Its ATR is 6 cents. So let's see how much farther that it went than its ATR. So it started down here at 40 cents. It moved 50 cents up here, or almost 60 cents up here to the dollar. And with the ATR of daily ATR of 6 cents, how much further, how big is this move here? So we just say, what was it, 60 cents? So 10x is normal daily movement on Monday morning. I'll be very careful with that with such a big move up. TMDE with 13 cents in its ATR moved from 93 up to 471. So let's see, 471, how big is that move? So 13, how big was the move overall? So from 89 cents, 90 cents, that's almost a $4 move, almost a $4 move. So we'll say 4 divided by 13. It's about a 30x jump for TMDE. So also kind of extended. USEG started from $1.05 and went up to $1.75. BATL started from I know it closed around like 6 or so. 6 or so at the end of Friday, and now it's up to 11. But it had an ATR of 81 cents anyway, so you know that's like what, a $5 move. So that is 5 divided by 81, like a 6x move on it. RBNE not meeting the ATR criteria of 54 cents. Down there, up 20% right now. INDO. So yeah, I'm not in any rush really on Monday morning right now. TPET did end up touching $1. We haven't seen any downtrends on these oil stocks yet. No sell-offs. Oh, one of the things that I did look into is who's holding these stocks. So TPET, I believe the top was was this one that was Vanguard? Who's holding these energy stocks and who can sell on the market? So right here for the holders, dude. All right, so right here, Vanguard is holding 97,000 shares of this one, which is TPET, little cheap one. I don't see any other big names in here. So if Vanguard starts dumping theirs, you know, but they may go for the ride because they were holding. Looks like the value of it was $40,988 of their holdings. So they are definitely in a winning position. Let's look at the next one, TMDE, who's holding this. This is TMD Energy. Holders of this, and I don't see any big names in this one. So not sure if it'll continue up. USEG, next one. Vanguard also holding the top holdings here. And let's see, is anybody else in this one? All I see is Vanguard. So Vanguard leading this one. They got 2 of them that they could sell at any moment. Next one is BATL. Italian Oil Corporation. Who's holding y'all? Vanguard has a little bit, but Luminous Management has the most. So that one's probably gonna. Oak Tree Capital Management, and then Vanguard has the fourth most in there. So we'll see how that goes. What's the next one? RBNE. Yeah, I think all of them are going to after the open. I think they'll have a little bit of sell off, But the problem is there's a lot of emotion tied to this now with the mass shooting here in or in Texas, and then the continued bombings. And there's emotions tied into these oil and energy stocks now, so they can get crazy. You know what I mean? Let's see, what's this next one? RBNE. Don't see any big names in there. INDO. Who's holding this one? INDO. Morgan Stanley only has 740 shares list and recorded as of December 31st, 2025, and no really other big names. The ones with Vanguard in them, those are the ones that are up, it seems. The ones that are really, really up. So you know why? Because Vanguard is one of those players that is almost undefeated. They're always Vanguard, BlackRock, who else? Um, JP Morgan is kind of like that, but they're not as big. But yeah, definitely going to be patient on today. INDO. Man, TPET has 100 million shares traded on it today. 100 million shares. Vanguard gonna make some money, boy. I mean, they had only what 600 thousand shares, so they definitely could sell. I mean, they could sell, but why? They're probably in such a good position. They're probably gonna hold as long as it doesn't come down too far. Same thing with TMDE. Surprise INDO. What INDO is probably gonna have its day. But because there's no big names holding it, that's probably why it's not getting the love that it would get. Usually, when it comes to sentimental moves, people are going to be like, okay, well, who's got a reason to continue holding this? And is there, if their shares, if there's the size that they have is majority of it, if they continue to hold and they're a big name, hedge fund or whatever, it may hold up its levels a little bit better than some of these other ones that don't have much reason to hold. Because those other ones, let's say like the other ones that aren't in Vanguard's holdings, Vanguard could just be shorting them. Be like, yeah, okay, we got ours, but we're gonna short these other ones that have no one in them to protect them. All right, BATL made a lower high here, so hit 13 up here, and now this is the first kind of trend we're seeing. We'll see if it continues to hold down here into the open, and I'm sure there's gonna be some people profit taking. This is Monday morning. It will be I would be hard pressed to not see any sell off on a Monday. That would be crazy. People waking up, let's say they did buy BAT when I bought it on Friday at $5, and now they're waking up with these gains. Somebody's gonna want to sell at the open. BATL. Only issue I have with BATL is I wish it was actually leading the day instead of TPET. Because TPET, if it starts cooking people, being a cheaper stock, people oversize into it and things like that, it starts cooking people, it's going to make people kind of um, shy away from jumping into other things because it's leading the day. ATL continuing. So this was the downtrend the first one that I put in. Not sure if it's real or not. I mean, it could pop right back through this, but it's just like I want to put it out there so I can remember it where it was at this time, and then form more assumptions of, hey, where's this thing going? But like I said, I think it's going to have some sell off at the open for sure. TPET also hit a high up here, 105. That dollar really gave it some issues. I guess the other thing is TPET and TM. All three of the top ones are a little bit higher in the outstanding shares. BATL is the only one that's really like a really lower float, looks like. No, actually it's higher too. Okay. Any low floats in here? Any micro floats? RBNE is a micro float, but it's not meeting the criteria. And then INDO, also not a micro float. Okay. DLXY. So all of the oil is pulling back down. This is an oil one too, pulling back into its normal range. It got beat up. Got over this ATR high and then came back into a normal range between its ATR high and low. So 107 down to 87 cents. Returned it back to the grave on DLXY. These have a long way to go to get back down here to 40 cents. So yeah, these that are super abnormal, I expect them to continue to get traded for sure. Continue to get traded, whether it's up or down. But I'm gonna have to see TPET implode before I really make any new decisions. Looks like it's trying to make another high or another lower high down here. I don't know if it's gonna be able to push all the way back up to 105, especially with how choppy it's getting. RexCon says available or not on TOS. I'm not sure. Let me try to take a position on them. Let's see. Is TPET available? Let's see. Buy the ask. All right, TPET is tradable. TPET is tradable. Let's see. What about TMD? I don't know if any of these are yeah, some of them were Singapore stocks and things like that. TMDE, that one's blocked. TMDE is blocked on TOS. Blocked. USCG, I'm pretty sure that one's not blocked. That's a US one. So let me buy. Yeah, that's tradable. BATL, of course, that's tradable. I traded that one Friday. RBNE, not sure. Let me try it. Blocked on RBNE is blocked. Oops. Put a note out here. Blocked. TOS. Let's see. INDO. I'm pretty sure it's not blocked. It's usually not blocked, but let me just try it. Okay, it's not blocked. INDO. TURB. TURB popping up here. It is a cheaper one, up 73%. This is another energy and oil stock on TURB. Popping up, got above the ATR highs here. And yeah, quick little pop, high of 130s hit. up 65%. ATR closing on Friday was 7 cents. So how much has it moved? So it went from close on Friday down here at what, 70 cents all the way up to 130s. So about 60 cents of movement. With 7 million shares traded on it, but still definitely not leading in volume. Only hasn't even hit 10 million shares traded yet. Okay, ramping up there a little bit. Turb coming up, so it made a high at 130. Is it gonna go ahead and explode through this 130 or what? There's a lot of volume coming in. Let's see how this candle closes. But it is oil and energy as well, so it's right in the vein. Like I said, if you're trading anything but oil and energy, you're in trouble. I mean, you in trouble. There's like 8 oil. The whole sector is what it is today. So yeah, I definitely, especially if you're in the small caps, I definitely wouldn't advise trading something that comes up talking about they've cured raccoon cancer or something like that. Let's see. So Turb coming on back. So this was a lower high at the 130. Let me see if it's blocked. Let me try to trade this one. This one is blocked. TURB is blocked. Okay. A lot of blocks going on. Blocked on TOS. Okay. All right, let's head back up to the top. TPET has pulled back quite a bit. Back to this previous level that it tipped out at, right around the 93s. TMDE hasn't made any more moves. USEG pushing on up there. Looks a little choppy in every consolidation. BATL hasn't proven if it wants to break back over this downtrend or not. RBNE going on down. Okay. So at least we know what's leading the day. You know, it's a cheaper penny stock leading the day. So that's already a red flag. And then everything else, and it's crazy because the penny stock is leading the day, but everything else has more range and more opportunity, and people aren't trading those things more than that cheaper one. So I think this is a very irrational day for sure, with TPET leading the day. I would expect something more like TMDE at $3 or BATL to be actually leading the day and be that more powerful stock in the sector. But it is what it is. Just gotta, you can't really change the market. You just gotta observe and, you know, try to enter and not get burned. Oh, the RBNE is now going back towards 10%. So we're left with these top 5 here: TPET, TMDE, USEG, BATL, and I'm not even worried about Turb. I think it's gonna go back under 1 anyway. All of these energy stocks, they're good for like 1 or 2 or runs, and then it's over with. Especially if they come to a peace treaty or something like that, boy, these things gonna drop. It's up 79. Is it gonna try to go back up here and break this or something? Got pushed under the 122s multiple times. Got a little downtrend there. See if it continues to hold. Okay, we got a little bit of lower high on this one, USEG. See if it can either break out of this or continue to respect this level and return to lower levels. This one's doing a little bit much. It continues to try to break back over this 122. It's up 10. It's got 10 million shares traded now too, so it's now taking the place of RBNE. Let's see if they actually push it on up through here. 125s is kind of like a level up here. And there it goes. A little pop up to the 125s real quick. Definitely respected that downtrend there. Definitely respected that downtrend. Does not close this candle yet though. This is a lower high as well. So came up to 129. Last one was 130. I'll go ahead and we'll see how this candle closes actually before I do any other trends. 12 million shares traded. The ATL right on that $11. But more and more volume is up. Oh wow, Turb. All right, well it looks like it has disqualified this downtrend. Popped up to the 140s. Now has 14 million shares traded, catching up with everything else very quickly. Wow, 146. Let me see who's holding Turb. Turbo Energy. Is it a big name? Is Vanguard on this one too? It is not. Nobody's holding this one really. Top institutions. Yeah, this one doesn't look like it's gonna have any protection from shorts. Okay, let me go to insider roster. Wait, is that what I'm trying to go to? No, I'm trying to go to profile and see what's up. All right, so let's see what they got out here. This is out of Spain. This is Valencia, Spain. Popping up. Turbo Energy designs, develops, and distributes equipment for the generation, management, and storage of photovoltaic energy. Now, this is kind of off the beaten path because everything else today has been either oil, but photovoltaic energy. The company offers lithium-ion batteries, inverters, photovoltaic modules, Go Solar, and portable photovoltaic product. I don't see anything about oil though. I'm not sure about this one. Turb seems to be unsafe. That's kind of crazy. Spanish stock. Doesn't make any sense though. Let me put that in here as a note. This is photovoltaic energy, not oil. Okay. There's my little note there. Activate, pull that over. This is not oil. So it's a little bit out. I'm surprised it's even up this much. All right, TPET continues to drain down. Hit a high of 105. TMDE draining as well. So all of them looking like they're getting ready for that Monday open sell-off. BATL also coming down to its lows right here at or previous what looks like some lows here at 180s, or not 180s, 1080s. INDO, really flat pattern in here. Does not look like it's got any kind of trend going. Looks like this is almost like no man's land, where it's not really decided on a trend here. Doesn't mean it won't on a previous day or on a a day after this, but definitely continue watching it. See where that ATR goes, if it can become something that I want to trade. Another one, oh man, what is this? AAOI. Why are you up 32%? Are you an oil stock as well? AAOI, let me see what this is. That thing's up high. Hit a high of 115, came from is this, where did it close at? Let me see. It closed at $83. It's got to be oil, right? So this one applied up to see. This is one of those I'm saying it's not even in the vein of oil here. Out of Sugarland, Texas, talking about lasers and components. It's like it's totally out of the vein of what's moving. So yeah, that's not what I want to look at. AAOI. All right. Well, we've seen, we've witnessed. I'm about to jump off of here and get to my morning meeting. As for now, I'm just gonna be sitting on my hands. I'm gonna let everybody get destroyed at the open, and we'll see what, if anything, starts holding up. But I'm thinking there's gonna be a lot of sell-off today. These are some big moves, big moves, especially in the small caps. And small caps, they don't really hold levels very well. So when they do start selling off, people jump on kind of heavy. But there could be a setup for later on in the month when some more news comes out on Iran or something like that. Anyway, I'm about to jump on out of here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you all in the next one tomorrow morning pre-market. Let's see.